It's time to sit back, relax, and listen to Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life will inspire, motivate, and empower you. Live your best life now. Listen, learn, think, and decide. Change your attitude, change your life. And now, here's your host, Joan Herman.
Welcome to Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. You're listening to us in your neighborhood, from coast to coast, and around the world. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Joan Herman, author, speaker, and your host. Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life brings you interviews with some of the most inspirational and influential people in the world. It's our goal to educate and empower you so you can live your best life now. Thank you for taking time for yourself, and thank you for letting us be a part of your life. We have another great show for you today. Joining me today is Gabrielle Bernstein, who is here to provide life-changing tools to help you eliminate stress, create peace, and find your life purpose. The New York Times calls her a new role model, and Oprah named her a next-generation thought leader. She's been featured on Oprah Super Soul Sunday and in media outlets such as Anderson Live, Access Hollywood, Marie Claire, Self, Woman's Health, and Glamour. Welcome, Gabrielle. Thank you so much for joining us today.
So happy to be with you.
Well, Gabrielle, listening to your bio, a new role model by the New York Times, a next generation thought leader by Oprah. When you began your spiritual journey, did you ever think that you would be at this level, touching so many lives the way you do?
That's a great question. I think that I didn't necessarily thought about it, but I think I knew, if that makes sense to you. I think there was a sense within me that I had to share what I was learning and experiencing and applying in my own life. And it was a very loud call. It was a roar, an inner roar. And I think I did genuinely believe that this would be the magnitude with which I would be sharing these messages, and that it would continue to be broader, because that was the intention that I had, to be in service of the lessons that I was living out in my own life. And so I think that I've been saying yes to the next right action and the next right action, and the result is not a surprise to me.
So you talk about this roar that was within you, and what was it that you were going through? What was happening in your life? And what is the story of transformation? How did you get to this place?
In my 20s, and really leading up to the age of 25, I was really living in a much different way than I am today. I was living in a way where I believed that the outside world was where I would seek my safety and my comfort and my security. I was looking for my happiness in my relationships and in my career credentials, and not within a defined spiritual relationship or an inner wisdom. So everything on that outside search, I continuously felt like I was in a hamster in a wheel, and I'm sure anyone that's been in that type of outer journey is very resonant with what that feels like. And by the time I was 25 years old, I was really caught up in these outside behaviors of alcohol and drugs and romantic relationships and work addiction. And by the time I was 25, I was hitting a huge bottom in my life. I was severely addicted to drugs and alcohol. I was severely addicted to my work. I was severely addicted to the codependent relationships in my life. And by the grace of God, I had the awareness and the desire to change. And actually, it was October 2nd of 2005 that I made the commitment to make that change in my life. And the first change began with deciding to get clean and sober and put down the substances so I could gain some clarity about how to take the next right actions in my life. And then in my sober recovery, I became a dedicated spiritual student. And that began the journey of not only my inner teachings and learning, but the teaching and offerings that I bring to the world. And so I come up on 10 years of celebration of that time, 10 years of my sober recovery, and 10 years of being on this path of spiritual growth and personal development.
Congratulations for that, because I know the challenges you faced. I mean, I haven't dealt with addiction, but I've had different types of challenges in my life, and I know the strength that it took for you to move forward and do all the amazing things that you're doing. And what I find so interesting listening to your story, and I work with so many really life-changing people that have been through what you would call the dark night of the soul. They've been through this darkness that would stop someone in their tracks, but yet they've moved forward and they're out there trying to offer hope to so many people. And what I've come to learn in my own experience, because I really was at that point where I didn't want to live. I had gone through so much. And I've learned that the greatest growth, spiritually, professionally, personally, really does come from those moments that we try so hard to avoid at all costs.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I believe that our greatest breakthroughs often occur with a breakdown. And I think it's extremely important to not deprive yourself of that spiritual bottom, because I think Rumi said it best. It's the wound is the place where the light enters you. And when you honor your wounds and you acknowledge those wounds as the catalyst for your tremendous transformation, change, and redirection, then the wound has a different meaning. And it's not that we give our pain purpose, but we identify that there is meaning behind all that we have gone through so that we can be on the journey and the path that we are on today. So, as I'm very reflective right now in this 10 years of my own recovery, I really look very fondly upon those wounds. And even though I have compassion and love for that 25-year-old girl that I was who was struggling with addiction, I can look back and instead say that I am proud that that is something that I've lived through so that I can tell the story and help others do the same.
Gabrielle, from all that you've learned over those 10 years, what do you believe holds us back the most? What do you think is the number one thing that keeps us stuck in place?
The number one thing is fear, and we all have the same fear playing out in different ways. And when we go into that pathway of fear and we go into that pathway of negativity and doubt and limitation, that limiting belief system creates limitation in our life. So our greatest block to the presence of our happiness and peace is the presence of fear.
Now, you wrote a book called May Cause Miracles. Your latest book is Miracles Now. Why do you choose the word miracles? Why is so much of your work around that word miracle?
I'm a student of a metaphysical text called A Course in Miracles, and from the Course perspective, a miracle is a shift in perception. It's not necessarily that some massive radical thing has occurred. It can be radical because it's so simple, but it doesn't have to mean that mountains are moving to experience a miracle. A miracle is that subtle shift, that choice to see the things, to see your life with more love and grace, and let go of that doubt and attack and judgment. And so using the word miracle in my titles is really with the intention of demystifying what a miracle is and making a miracle something that is a moment-to-moment experience for the reader.
So now your latest book, Miracles Now, 108 Life-Changing Tools for Less Stress, More Flow, and Finding Your True Purpose. What do you cover in your book? What are the major issues that you are trying to reach people with?
I think the biggest intention is to give people tools to pivot in any given moment. So reorganize their energy so they can get out of that stress state, reorganize their belief systems so they can change their patterns, and reorganize their thoughts so that they can redirect in any instance, and give them a daily practice where they can grow a experience of an inner relationship, a spiritual relationship of their own understanding, and more importantly, build up their own toolbox that they can reach into in any given moment to reorganize.
And some of the tools, Gabrielle, that you offer, they're do them in a moment tools. Are there one or two maybe that you can share with us?
Absolutely. There's a great one that's Peace Begins With Me. It's a Kundalini meditation where you actually it's a mudra and a mantra, and you touch your thumb with each finger, so your thumb to your pointer, your thumb to your middle finger, your thumb to your ring finger, and your thumb to your pinky. And you just go down each finger while you say the mantra, Peace Begins With Me. And this concept is that you can just choose to tune into a place of peace wherever you are, no matter what's going on in the world. And you can just use that mudra and mantra in any moment to just tune back in and redirect.
So, Gabrielle, you write about a state of flow. And is this something that anyone can tap into?
A state of flow is when we are in that mindset of limitlessness, when we are released from physical tensions and stressors, and we're tuned into a frequency of energy that is around us and within us at all times, just that we disconnect from it so frequently and so easily. And so it's really about reconnecting with the truth of who we are, with our true nature, with our love nature, and the state of peace that is within us. And so that happens through our prayer, through our meditation, through our spiritual practices, even just listening to a show like this could give somebody the energy to realign with what that spiritual flow may be for them.
Now, Gabrielle, you mentioned that you're celebrating 10 years right now of major life changes, and you're in a totally different place from where you were a short time ago. From what you've learned, what you've experienced, the people you've met, everything, your body of work, what principles do you live your life by from all of the knowledge you've gained?
There's many. A big principle that I live by daily is actually a quote by my friend Dr. Dyer. But Wayne said that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Mm-hmm. And that for me is everything. And so I have been in the commitment of being in that constant contact with my inner wisdom and my inner guidance system through my practices, and choosing again in any given moment. And so that's really the main message I live by, which is that in any given moment, I can choose again, and I can think my way out, and I can find my way through. And so that messaging is crucial in living free and living fearlessly and living comfortably in this human experience that we're having.
The book is Miracles Now, 108 Life-Changing Tools for Less Stress, More Flow, and Finding Your True Purpose by Gabrielle Bernstein. If you would like to learn more about the book or Gabrielle, you can visit her website, gabbyb.tv. Gabrielle, thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations on all your personal milestones.
Thank you. It's so nice to speak with you.
We'll be right back. Hi, this is Joan Herman, host of Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. Did you know that Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life has a free monthly digital magazine that can be read online or emailed to your inbox? Every month, nationally recognized leaders in their field provide information to educate, inspire, and motivate you. We believe in a holistic approach to life, incorporating mind, body, and spirit. Check out a copy of Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life 24/7. Visit cyacyl.com and be sure to tell your friends. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you found the show informative. At Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life, we believe that knowledge is power. Take what you've learned, apply it, and live your best life now. Remember that the information provided are the opinions of our guests and should never replace the advice of a professional who knows your personal situation. If you'd like more information, visit our website, cyacyl.com. That stands for Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. While on the site, listen to past shows on demand, read the digital magazine, and be sure to follow the show on Facebook and Twitter. Until next time, this is Joan Herman. Thanks for tuning in.